Welcome back to another episode of The Get Up Girl. I am here with one of my really good friends, Jay Armada. She is a fitness junkie and Instagram guru. This girl just like you have to follow her on Instagram. She posts fun and inspirational fit tips. She's all about drinking water, and she's a real badass female entrepreneur who went literally from ashes. And Jay, you've completely changed your life. And welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me, Joanna. I miss you, but I just saw you yesterday.
She takes a lot of my classes. We see each other virtually. And Jay, you're that type of person that you just keep showing up. You just keep showing up. I really, truly admire that in entrepreneurs. They're like, they get knocked down and they keep getting back up. Hence the Get Up Girl. You are straight up a Get Up Girl. And I do want to tap on that today. For context, just a little bit of background, like give us a quick background of how you got into fitness, because I know there was a story where you were pretty overweight and then you lost almost or 100 pounds ish, right?
Yeah, almost 100 pounds.
Almost, right, in the 90s. And there was a pivotal moment, Jay, that happened with you and your husband, and you just said, like, no more. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. Give us some context and let us know what that was and what happened.
Yeah, definitely. So I've always been a party person. Like back in the days, I used to, that's what I did in my 20s, trying to figure stuff out, work, party, and
do it again.
Right?
Yeah, work, party, do it again.
Of course, alcohol plays a big part of weight gain, and I had gained so much weight. I was over 220 pounds, and I was over 200 pounds, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. I was unsure of myself, but I still did whatever I wanted. I wasn't into fitness or anything like that. So me and my husband, we would always go out every weekend. That's what we did. I mean, there's nothing else to do. We're in our 20s. We went to the mall, we ate out, worked, went to the mall, ate out, go out at night to nightclubs.
What are we going to eat? Was that the big conversation?
Yeah, all the time. So, but there was this one particular day where we had gone out to eat at BJ's, and I ate a salad.
Because that's what we do. You eat a salad.
All eat salads. I ate a salad, Joanna, and we had that beer platter. There was like, I think all the different kinds of beer that they had there, and we drank them all. And after that, I just did not feel good. I couldn't even we usually take a stroll, obviously, because we just ate, so we'll stroll around the mall, but I didn't even feel like that. I just had this ugly feeling inside. Like I don't know what it was. Like it was just a weird feeling that I had, and I just didn't feel good. So when I got home, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check how much food I ate. Like, what did I have that made me feel this way? And I think I never do that. I never like figure out why I'm feeling this way, and if anything else relates to it. I just thought, okay, I have a headache, that's fine, I'll take a whatever. So I went and I checked it, and I was like, dang, I ate almost 4,000 calories in one day. 4,000 calories, that 3,500 is 1 pound.
1 pound, everybody.
That no wonder I gained so much weight in no time. Like I would just keep gaining weight, and I never thought about that. So as soon as I did that, I that night I cried myself to sleep, like hoping I would wake up skinny. Like I was just like, man. And then when I woke up that morning, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start today. And I wasn't like extreme. I was like, you know what, today I'm just gonna like switch off whatever foods I ate. And I also, after that, I switched the ingredients on my food. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start walking because I couldn't run. I was like, I walked like 4 laps, and that's not even a mile. I was saying I walked a mile, but it was it was just at the park for four rounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and then after, so that was on September, and after that, in February of 2013, I told myself, "Hey, I always like say no to things because I just didn't want to do it. Like I didn't want to feel uncomfortable going somewhere or doing something." So on February, like that month, I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say yes to anything,
Ooh.
anything." I'm gonna say yes to it. If someone asks me to do this, I'm gonna say yes. So that was my life. Like, okay, yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna try all these experiences. And my husband has been telling me like, hey, how come you don't try like dance workouts like Zumba? Try Zumba, you'll love it. I got the game. I said, oh hell no, I don't like this. Like I don't want to do it.
But
And
you
my
told him
friend,
yes.
no, he got me the game actually.
Oh, the game. Got
Because
it.
I didn't want to walk into a class because I felt uncomfortable. Like it's weird now that I teach classes and I make people feel comfortable to come, like no matter what size. But
You've been there
before,
before.
I would never walk into a class. That's why when someone comes to me, I'm like, hey, dude, I give it up to you because you're here.
Yeah.
And I have chills right now because
Yeah.
I remember that feeling when I was like, oh no, I don't want to be here. Like, because I just felt, people were looking at me. They're not looking, but it's you have like internal work that you need to, because you're feeling like that. But yeah, he got me the game and I was like, no way. And then he got me another game. It's called Dance Revolution.
Yes.
It's more hip hop, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh hell yeah, like Michael Jackson experience. I love this. So I started doing it, and then a friend had asked me, hey, why don't you come to this Zumba class that I take? And when I saw my calorie burns, I was hooked. I was like, oh, I don't even care about what music they're playing. I'm just going to do this because these calorie burns are insane. Like dance fitness is literally like so fun, and the calorie burns are crazy. Oh, you know that.
Yeah.
So after that, I was hooked. And in June, I made it a goal like, hey, I want to get a certification, any certification. I don't even care. That's just a fitness goal that I have. But as soon as I got my certification, so many people wanted to work out with me. They were just like, hey, oh, so you're teaching now? Like, let's go. Like, I want to work out with you. And I actually like was hired right away. Like, they were like, oh, come work with us. And from then on, I was like, everybody, like, let's go work out. So that's how I got started.
That is such a great story. I love hearing that. Gosh, Jay, because when that happened, you started to lose a lot of weight, almost 100 pounds, right? And how long did it take you to lose that weight?
I lost 88 pounds in 8 months, and then 93 total because I was trying to lose 100. But like, you know how when you lose weight, you try to find that balance after, like, hey,
Yes.
do I feel good at this weight? Will I maintain it? So I got down up to 93, trying to lose. With the BMI chart, it tells you you're still, it's kind of iffy. Like, I just want to be where I'm supposed to be. And, but at 124, that's how much I weighed, like at 93 pounds lost. I was not comfortable. It was hard to maintain for me. I had to be super extreme, and that's
Yes.
not good. So after I lost the 93 pounds, I like found my way where I was like, okay, like this is it for me.
I really like how you brought that up because when I'm at my fighter weight, so to speak, that's like in the 20s, the 120s. I am so lean, but man, it's difficult for my body in my experience.
And your head too, your mental state. Like
it's just
tough.
A revolving record over and over. And I'm like, okay, would I choose this forever? Or do I want to choose maybe 8 more pounds in my body and I'm a little happier? Yeah. But not lose. It's the fine line, Jay, because I find it interesting for myself, Jay. I'm like, am I talking myself out of my fighter body? Or is it really that it's just too much? So then I kind of play that game. So I wonder if anybody listening also plays that, where you use it as an excuse. Oh, I'm just going to go over here and keep these extra pounds. So that has been my personal journey and my triggers with my body. knowing if I'm using it as an excuse. Well, let's go to the pandemic, because you owned a brick and mortar fitness studio, just as I. So you and I were in the same boat. We get it. Shout out to everybody that has a brick and mortar business, not even during the pandemic. Just a brick and mortar period, even pre-pandemic. A brick and mortar business is a completely different muscle than having an online business or like a solopreneur. When you have employees, you have a bathroom that you got to maintain for clients. Clients are coming in and out of your house, so to speak. Yeah. You and I speak that language. We get it. And you and I were everything, right? We were the janitor. We were the taxi counter. We were everything. You did everything just to like make ends meet, right? And everybody thinks like when you look at somebody with a brick and mortar, I think they automatically think that you're making more money than you are. Okay. Yeah. So listen, in my experience, right, Jay? Yeah. Yeah. And then the pandemic hit, you closed your doors, you went online, and then your studio burnt down. I mean, how much more cliche? And you were in my annual planning and my quarterly planning, and one of your goals was to work less and to make more money. And then here comes God, universe, and burns down your studio. Tell us what happened. Walk us through. It's like such a movie experience. It's something out of a movie.
It's so crazy. Like, I can't even believe it happened. But so yeah, in March we closed down. March 16th, we finally like really, hey, you know what? We're not taking anyone. And then a few months after that, I got a phone call from one of my clients that lives down the street from, it was like May 14th or 15th, I want to say. I got a call from her and she's like, hey, like the studio's, the plaza where the studio's at, it's on fire.
On fire. Did you think it was a joke? Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, like, where is the fire? It's like, oh, it was a couple of doors down, check cashing place. And I was like, oh, okay, well, like, I'm sure they're gonna come and put it out. And then, like, you know, so I mean, I drove to the place right when she told me, and oh my God, by the time I got there, the whole thing was burnt down. Like, it was so crazy. I actually when I got there, I couldn't believe it. Like, is this for real? Yeah. Like, you're kidding me. We just closed, like, and now this is happening. I actually started getting a panic attack while we were over there, and like they were gonna call the ambulance, but I was able to calm down. It was a crazy experience. Like, I even I was so down when that happened that I wanted to quit. I actually was gonna stop, and like I was like, is this God telling me not to do this anymore? Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe this is like God telling me. I mean, I wanted to take a break. Maybe he's like telling me like, hey, you know what? This is not for you. Just move on and do something else. So those were like the questions that were popping up in my head. And I was really depressed. I had anxiety. I was drinking every day. That's the kind of times that I was going through.
You went back to your 20s, to that experience, and that's the way you lived, right? You went back?
All the things that I was doing that I didn't want to, I was doing. And like, I'm going through, I got diagnosed with PCOS, my studio burning down. I'm postpartum.
You just had a baby boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was all like these emotions that I don't think people really got, like, because they're like, oh, you're always so happy. Like,
yes.
And I'm like, dude, like, even though I'm happy, like, I go through things too, like all these emotions that is concealed by like our daily lives that we show on Instagram, you know, like, oh, you're going to be fine. Like, you always get through stuff. Like, yeah, but I'm not feeling like that right now. Like right now, I'm really going
drowning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, as I was watching you going, and like, I reached out, like, anything, do you need anything? Yet I think you and I are similar, where, yeah, we choose happiness, and I'm going to add the and we get sad, and it sucks, and we have anxiety attacks. And I wonder if people think that it's only the latter. We're always happy all the time. And it's so easy.
I think some people think that that were just always like on a up.
all the
When
time. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, you're fine. You're going to get back up. You'll start another studio. You're like, I want to freaking quit. I hate this. What?
yeah.
And what a gift. Because the question that I got later, watching you was, what a gift. What was the gift in all that burning down? And you received what you were asking for. It just
Everything.
looked hella different.
It looked.
In a gazillion years, Jay, you wouldn't have never even come up with that the studio would burn down.
If someone would have told me like what was gonna come from that, and I'm like, you're ridiculous. Like that is so crazy.
I'm going to have
But
more students. I'm going to have more classes. That's how I'm going to make more money.
I was like, I'm all the stuff that I wanted. I wanted to work less. I didn't want to work harder. I was always like, okay, I got to do these classes. I got to do all this stuff. Like so many blessings came to me from that happening. Like obviously I went through it. I was like off stuff and just all kinds of the legal stuff. But as soon as I got up and I said, hey, I'm gonna wash my hands from this, like that's it happened. And okay, I'm gonna like start working on me, like to get me back. Because honestly, I was waking up and I was like, man, this is not me anymore. Like that was the old me. Like I didn't even like that person. And like, why am I treating myself this way? And my clients literally was like, hey, like they were as I watched them go through like their own personal struggles with the pandemic, like weight gain and like not having anyone, not having me to like look up to. I was texting them advice that I was not giving myself, and that was not authentic to me. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a break. Like I'm not gonna do this because I don't feel real. Like it wasn't me. Like how am I gonna give you advice to drink your water when I'm drinking alcohol instead?
Well, I'm drinking beer.
No, that's not right. So I took a little break,
Okay.
but as soon as I said, hey, I'm gonna do this, just like back then when I got up and said I would do it, that's one thing I could vouch for. When I say I'm gonna do something, like I'll do it, I'll follow through until I get it. And I said, I'm gonna give myself 100 days. And if it doesn't start looking up for me, then okay, oh well, like I wasn't meant for it. And that was God telling me to just, hey, relax and do something. Like it's not, that wasn't meant for you. But as soon as I did that, everything was just like happening for me. My vision board. And then on September, I took your
The corporate
class,
planning. Yeah.
remember? And I was just like slowly hitting all those goals. And by the end of the thing, I was like, oh, my vision board, it came to life this year. And it was so crazy because I never hit all of them. And last year I hit all of them without the studio.
Without the chain, the rock holding you down. What a gift. Yeah, Jay, you're really good at, I think, having those moments and then going, no more. I'm done. I'm changing it. And I think everybody's different and
Yeah.
finding out how they do it. Some people maybe are slower. I think
Yeah.
it's like a light bulb where it just goes on and you're like, no more. I am done. How much weight did you gain during that time after the studio burnt down? Because then you just had your son, right? You do have
Yeah.
two
I just
boys.
had my son. So I gained like 36 pounds, like so March to, March to started again, I was like I gained 36 pounds during that time. It's crazy. Short amount of time, you could gain so much weight.
Yeah. What did you start to do? Give us 3 things that you did because now you look like so different. And it's
Oh,
not even the body, Jay. It's like you're glowing. I'm going to remove the like. You are glowing. You're glowing in a different way than even before the pandemic, right? Like, and yes, we can attribute it to the water and your face is glowing, but you're like literally energetically glowing. What
I
are
feel
3
it.
things? Yes,
Yeah,
girl, you were
I feel it
like,
inside. Like I feel like I've never been truer to myself than I do this past year, because I learned so much. Going back on the 3 things I did was like, of course I set my tracker, like, hey, 100 days, like this is day 1. I would count that down because I think that's like one of the things that fire me up, like having like those those days, like counting down the days. I did that. Aside from all the drinking my water, obviously I do that, and eating healthier. But the top thing I did was give myself grace. I was not like as hard on myself as I have been for the past 8 years. I want to say that I've been going through my fitness journeys, because I've been through so many fitness journeys with the babies, and then like my own personal weight loss journey that when I first started, and then now this one that I'm on right now with being diagnosed with PCOS. So that's like the thing that is the most helpful to me, was giving myself that grace on anything. Like, hey, if you don't get your work done, it's fine. Like, move on to the next day. You can add it on to your next day or whatever, and also ask for help.
Oh, girl. Yeah. How are you asking for help? Give us an example.
I got an assistant.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
that was one of my goals that I hit.
You got a house cleaner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, let's go back.
We don't have to do it all. Like I used to, I gotta do everything. I gotta do all this stuff, but no, we don't have to do it all. If you need help, ask for it. Your mental state will be in a much better place if you just ask for the help you need. And I think as women, we're raised to be like independent. Of course, you can be independent, but if you're paying them, you're still independent. You just paid someone to do it. You're just smarter.
Jay, say it one more time. Say that again, please.
You're still independent, even if you paid someone to do something for you because you paid them. And that's what independent women do. They work smarter.
OMG, that's the quote tile right there. Okay, let's back up a little bit. So the first one is tracking. You did 100 days. I freaking love that. I'm writing it down because I work like that. Like right now, I'm doing 100 days live on Instagram. Excuse me. The whole year, 365. And there's something fun about it. When you did the 100 days, Jay, did you do like old school on a calendar? Did you do an app?
I would cross it out.
Like old school like in the cartoons, right?
And then I have my Fitness Pal also for my food. And my Fitness Pal will tell you, it's an app to track your food, with my Fitness Pal. And it would tell me, oh, congrats on day whatever, and that would pump me up. But I did have like written like, okay, 100 days, I'm gonna cross all these boxes out, and like when I'm done, I'm done. But after I hit the 100 days, I'm like, dude, this feels too good. Like, I'm not even gonna drink. Like, I think I drank on my birthday, and that was like 230 something days after. I didn't have 1 ounce of alcohol.
Also, Jay, did you tell and share this 100 days with your husband, with other people, like to have accountability? Did that help you at all?
No, well, I shared it with a client who was like, she actually, like, one of my clients was like really not doing great. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this with you. And she actually like really like had me, okay, June 1st, I'm gonna do it. Like June 1st, I'm gonna like just start. And I started with her, and she I shared it with her, but I would share it once in a while on Instagram, but nothing like, hey guys, I'm going 100 days to like no alcohol. It was more personal for me. Like, it was a personal goal that I had, because that's what I did when I first started losing weight too.
And you know what works for you. Totally get it, Jay. Yeah, I'm the same way. I kind of keep it to myself until then I'm like, okay, I'm going to start to share it. Yeah. And it like the same thing. I did 30 days live, and like you said, after the 100, you're like, oh, I'm going to keep going. This is fun. This is actually contributing to my life. It's shifting me. I'm expanding. Okay, so the first one is the tracking, 100 days. The second thing was grace. Girl, same thing. When I was in my 20s and I was on my fitness journey, I was so harsh. It was so uphill, and it wasn't fun. But let me tell you, I looked really, really tight. I'm like, it wasn't fun. Do you think the biggest difference now, Jay, is you're having fun with it?
Yeah, I'm
having a freaking blast.
And you know what? You'll get the same results, just not as fast. It's okay. Like, and it's okay. Like, the pandemic really told me to, taught me, not told me, but taught me to slow the F down. Like, it
That's
doesn't
like,
have to
pull
be
the F down. Get that's your next sweater.
yeah,
Keep going. Sorry.
right. Like, it really taught me that, because I was always like in a rush, like doing something. But this time, hey, we're not going anywhere. Like, this is it. Like,
Literally.
it, and it's funny because I had more time to get there, but I was like, hey, you know what? Like, it's okay to take rest. It's okay to take a break, and it's okay if you're not down 3 pounds in a week. It's
Mhm.
fine. Like, there's always next week, and I think that's what um got me. People think I lost weight fast, but we're all home. It looks like it's fast. It's
Yeah.
not. It just looks, you're just time's not moving as fast.
And we were just talking about this, how you and I now work out less, we exercise less, but more consistently. Where before I would work out 7 days a week, but want that like quick fix of a 3 months journey. But for that 3 months, I was exhausted. I
Yeah,
couldn't even walk upstairs to my bed because I couldn't even fall asleep in my bed. I'd fall asleep on the couch because I was depleted. And now we
yeah,
were talking about how we actually exercise less, and I feel like so strong right now. What about that too with the grace and working out less?
yeah. You know what? Right now I feel so good because I'm able to like give myself a treat or whatever and not feel bad about it. Like, or like, I actually eat whatever if I wanted to. Of course, I'm mindful because that's I need to be, and I've always been like that, really mindful of my eating. But honestly, if someone was like, "Hey, we have to eat a burger today," and I'm like, "If I want it, okay, I'll do it." And you know what? It's fine. Like, this has been what I'm teaching my clients too, like having like these healthy habits. So instead of us being like, okay, in the next 7 days you're gonna drop, let's do a detox and like do this. No, like, let's do something sustainable that you can live with forever and
Forever.
carry that on for your permanent results. And I know I say permanent results and people are like, oh, how? Like, is it like, what is it? And I'm
They
like,
want the secret.
bro, like, it's like, if you're not ready to change, like, you're not gonna get those permanent results, and it's all about that.
Jay, touche, girl. Yes, they want like the secret. I totally get it. I've been there before. And I'm like, the secret is slow and steady and consistent and just eat like a normal person,
Yeah,
just and be best friends with your body. Can we be best friends with our bodies? What else is possible in creating that and communicating with ourselves? Absolutely, hun. Okay. And the last one is ask for help. One of my favorites, because I'm a recovering, I thought I asked for help, girl, recovering, because I was the queen, Jay, of telling people my problems and thinking that was asking for help. That wasn't asking for help, girl. Joanna, I was like vomiting and then waiting for them and going, they're not helping me. See,
yeah,
I'm not going to ask for help because nobody helps me. Joanna, that's not asking. And now I clearly ask. I
yeah,
need your help. Can you help me, please? Because also saying, Jay, I need your help is not asking. There's no question there.
yeah. Like, what you have to be specific on what you want them to do. Or
Yes. So tell us some things besides, the assistant, your house cleaner, anything else that you're like literally asking people for help?
um, well, right now I asked I would have been home. I wouldn't have asked for help to take care of my babies right now, and
You would have felt, maybe I'm jumping in, like you can't be 100 focused on this show because the kids are there, right?
yeah. And then my with my kids, yeah, I asked them for help to watch them. Um, but honestly, the for the help, the assistant and my housekeeper are the best things and best investments I've ever made this year. Honestly, like, it's been um for my sanity. The housekeeper, I mean, I keep up the cleaning, and every 2 weeks she comes and does a deep clean. But that, I'm not, like, me, I'm not productive when it's crazy. I
Environment
can't.
always wins. Yes.
So imagine that piled up throughout my my days if I don't get around to it. I'm a business owner, of course. We're doing 20 million things a day, like most of the time. And even though it's online, like I still gotta like send out emails, like do DMs and all kinds of different stuff that we do. And sometimes, you know, you don't even get to fold clothes. You just can't. Like it's either should I make this $100 real quick or fold the
Or
clothes?
fold the clothes. Ain't nobody gonna see the clothes but
That's
I.
not worth
Yes.
what I want to get paid is not worth that 2 hours that I'm gonna spend. Like if I'm gonna make this $100 in 15 minutes, is it worth me? Does it compare to me folding clothes for 2 hours or however much, how many hours it takes?
Yes, Jay. I know you and I are working together in our Power Players, coaching group for business. And one thing that I helped figure out for all the girls was their hourly rate. Like, what's your hourly rate? And if you're not going to make that, then we hire it out.
Yeah,
So
it's not worth it.
it's not worth it. If you can hire a cleaning person, let's say for $20 an hour, but your hourly rate is $100 an hour, would you rather fold the clothes and clean or make $100 and then pay 80 out, right? Because you're going to pay 20, but then you're going to make 80 to yourself. So that was so pivotal. I mean, when I got that, and shout out to Shalene Johnson, she's the one that really, really like, if you're going to make more than what it is to hire it out, hire somebody. Yeah. And then your hourly rate will also increase as you keep hiring and asking for help and asking for help. Yeah, so there with you. And one of the things that you've helped inspire, Jay, thank you for this, is making your bed every morning. Like that's really important to you. And now in April, my 30-day challenge is going to be a bed making challenge because of the pay it forward that you've done. Let's talk about this. Like those little things, right? Habit stacking. Tell us about the morning bed making routine, because I want to get a new tool. What is it that you do as soon as you wake up in your morning routine?
As soon as I wake up, my morning routine, I do habit stacking in the mornings. I drink my water before I have my coffee. Coffee, I drink it no matter what. So that's one habit that I do have that I don't ever like break. Every morning, coffee. So I wake up earlier before my kids because if I want that set time for myself, I need to wake up earlier. And it's not like, oh man, it's so hard. But if I really want it, you'll do it. If you want that time set aside. So
I'm going to jump in. That's one of your non-negotiables, Jay, right? So you have time to yourself. Okay, keep going. Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen,
right? Isn't your day like?
My day is so down, but my morning routine looks like I wake up, I make coffee. I'll make my coffee. I'll drink my water because I can't drink the coffee unless I'm done with 2 bottles of water. So that's one out of the way. The water, it's out of the way before my day even really pans out. After I have my coffee, I do go into my office and I look at my calendar or write out my task for the day. After I write out my task for the day, I do my affirmations and then I write how I'm feeling for the day. Like how did I wake up?
Okay.
Yeah, I have a accountability wellness notepad, and it asks me. Well, I designed it to ask me how I'm doing, so I write it down. So yeah, like I write down how I'm feeling, how I woke up that day. If I'm feeling like yesterday, I woke up feeling amazing, and I woke up earlier than usual. I woke up at 4. So yeah, I write that down, and then I have like a year of positive 1 year of positive words book, and it's by day. So I just open it to that day, and it tells me like it's been speaking to me since I got it. So I do that. That's my little morning routine before the kids wake up. And then when the kids wake up, I make them breakfast, and while they're eating breakfast, I fix the bed because they sleep next to us. So
Got it. Okay. Oh, I love that. So how long is the full routine? Is that about 2 hours or so?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
about 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happens in our mornings. And sometimes I'll make my husband breakfast if he deserves it.
Shout out to our men. Thanks, men.
Yeah, no, it's about 2 hours because from that time till I'm done fixing my bed, yeah, it's about 6 to 8.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just thank you for that, Jay, because the bed making, like you said, I can have a 90% phenomenal morning. And then if I just don't do that 10% of the bed, it's that
It just makes
environment.
you feel good.
Makes you feel good, right? When you walk into your bedroom,
Yeah.
you just feel like you're at a
It,
hotel, you feel
look,
good.
Joanna, if you have all these tasks, write them out, and you add make your bed. That's a task you can check off.
And you feel good.
And you feel good. If you're supposed to drink your water, put it down and you check it off and you just drink water. It's not a big deal. You're supposed to do it anyway. And you check it off, that check off list. It feels good to be checking off that anything on your check off list, to be honest.
Girl, Jay, I love a highlighter, and like I did it. Yes, there's something psychological in the brain when you check it off, you highlight it. Yes, touche, I love it. Jay, now I know you now have online classes. You go live often as well, and your reels on Instagram are great. Tell us where everybody can find you if they want to either train with you online or also buy your merch. You have the cutest sweatshirts and t-shirts and tank tops. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Thank you. For online social media, they can find me at Jay Armada, the Jay Armada on all platforms. That's what I have. And then for my merch, they can go to beastandbeauties.com. My fitness merch is on there. If you guys want to check it out.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Beastandbeauties.com. You can also swipe up and all the links will be there in the show notes. Jay, I love talking to you. And you've been on all my shows, but now we finally got you on the podcast.
Yeah.
So excited.
I'm so excited.
Yes, share it with all your peeps. Any last thing that you'd like to add to this before we wrap this up?
For anyone that's just getting started, like I said, if you need help, reach out because dude, I'm the accountability queen. Like if you need help, if getting started on your fitness journey, I will keep you accountable. It's my community of girls are so amazing. They're always encouraging each other, and whatever you put out, the energy that you put out, you'll get 100 times back from me. So if you need help, reach out and let me know. DM me on Instagram, follow me. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, she lives on Instagram. She's there. How many hours do you spend on Instagram? Just a little side PS question.
I have no idea. My phone says it's like you spent 6 hours on Instagram. I'm like, dang, like what do I do?
Most of it's working though. It's
But you know what? I do spend 6 hours on Instagram, but it's not mindless scrolling anymore. It's intentional.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between how I was in the past too, like how I've changed from the last year to this year or during the pandemic, that like I've learned to be intentional with my Instagram usage, because before I used to be just mindlessly scrolling, and I don't do that anymore. I'm not lurking on people's watching other people. I'm just staying in my lane and doing my thing, and I think that that's the most authentic I've ever felt, like just doing my thing and like not even trying to see what others are doing. And yeah, I think it's been a journey. I love Instagram right now. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. It's almost like it's an investment as compared to a cost, where before when you were mindlessly scrolling, it was like a cost, and now it's an investment of your time.
Yeah.
Yes. Woo, girl. Jay, such a pleasure to have you here on the podcast and live here on all the platforms. Thank you to everybody watching either live, and we got some comments here. We'll be able. Oh, let's look at the comments now. We got. Tamika says, "Hey." Jess says, "Hey." Oh, Jess Ramos says she's so down to earth.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you are. Jay is like the girl next door, the homie, the like keeping it real. That's the best way I can describe you. Yeah, great podcast, Joanna. Exceptional work. Thanks, Jesse. All right, yeah. He sent another little comment. Appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. And remember, if you want different, choose different. And remember to get back up. We'll see you on the next time.